Hey, and welcome to Zone of the Enders, the second runner. Decided to play this game because it looked interesting, and I've been interested in playing this for a while now. I think I first discovered it in like PlayStation Magazine in 2008 or something like that. And I don't know, I just had some fascination with this game, and I was always told that this version is better than the first game in the series, so I decided to play the second runner first. And yeah, let me just go ahead and configure everything really quick, and then we'll jump right into it. Okay, so hopefully my controller is configured. And if you'll just give me 1 second here, I'll let you enjoy the opening cutscene that I've heard twice now. Because this has taken me a little bit of effort to set up. My mouse is just not working properly today.
Since the dawn of history, human beings have realized various forms of energy. Civilizations have progressed with them. So where does such energy like Metatron lead our civilization?
And if you didn't know, this game was created by Hideo Kojima.
Position for landing.
This should be a very comfy experience.
MR-1422, Dingo, egret, unlocked. 20 to touchdown.
That's unusual.
What is?
Indications of Metatron. It's way too shallow.
The Metatron is not very deep.
And it's very strong. It wasn't here last time I came. What the hell is that? An orbital frame.
So, what I understand is Metatron is like
damaged.
the energy that pilots their mecha frames. But I won't interrupt this story too much. I'll let it talk for itself here.
This is Detached Backup Battle Unit, Ada. Do you request control instructions?
But in the last half year, the situation on Mars has changed drastically. Now, Balram's war potential is very strong. The Space Force put up a stubborn resistance, but without a major war, Mars was occupied by Balram in a flash. Almon is already getting ready. Only those two machines can make Almon move or stop.
So you want this frame, don't you?
Maybe.
Even if you're Baram, that's too rough.
It sure is.
Who's the commander?
Too deep.
Is that you? Viola?
I like that they show off the gameplay this early on in the opening cutscene here, but man, this is like poorly encoded or something. Looks like it's 240p. Alright, let's just go right into it. I've seen enough gameplay. And like I said, I picked this up because the first game just didn't look as well fleshed out as the second game here. So I think it would be pretty wise to start with the second runner. And if I just, decide I like the whole series, then I might go back. Don't know what demo caption means, but I think I'll just leave that as is. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore all these options. Previous story. That's interesting. Alright, let's just start with a new game. I guess I'll go with hard difficulty just because I don't know, this is kind of a short game, and if I have too much difficulty with it, then I'll just restart or something. Oh, and it's the same cutscene, huh? Actually, I don't know. It looks kind of different. Yeah, this game always looks super interesting, though. From the short guide I read in this magazine years ago, made it look like almost like a proto Dark Souls, except aerial combat is kind of emphasized a bit, and there's hack and slash mechanics, weapon upgrades, stuff like that. And you can already see the influence that Kojima had on this game. I mean, everything looks very Metal Gear. I believe this game came out around the same time that the Twin Snakes released.
MR-1422, Dingo, Egret, unlocked.
Angie, I remember now. The winner of the year was Hesperia Gales.
No idle talk. You'll crash, Dingo.
In the final 30 seconds, Henry G trashed out from field out. Man, we had a great time that night.
20 to touchdown. Can't wait for the new season.
Position for landing. The people on Mars can start getting excited.
Who knows
I
what
still
game
have
they're
200
talking
more
about there.
hours.
Be a good kid and the time will fly.
That's unusual.
What is?
Indications of Metatron. It's way too shallow. Angie, I want to change the landing point. I'll check it out.
Okay.
Rick, you hear that? I'll be back soon.
Dingo, what team won in '66?
I don't know much about back then.
Kind of getting
Piece
some
of junk.
Cowboy Bebop vibes from this as well.
I reckon Rod Tharsis is going to win this year.
What sport are they even talking about?
I'm sure of it.
They must be talking about the Metatron energy finding competition or something.
Dingo.
Oh,
I think the
okay.
Metatron
Jumping right
reaction
in.
is from the direction of the arrow.
This is kind of slow and clunky. What exactly was that move? Alright, I'm trying to get a good handle on the controls here. I really don't know what that arm movement is supposed to do. I figured jumping would at least do something. Let me see if I can fly here. Or glide maybe. No? There we go. Yeah, I can probably stick these two in conjunction. There we go.
You may crash. Beware.
Don't really know what I can actually crash into out here. It looks pretty barren,
Dingo,
if anything.
haven't you arrived yet?
I think there's a skating option as well here. Guess I'm not gonna worry too much about it. This is clearly a opening
Dingo, after this
cutscene
job,
segment.
Are you free?
Yeah, let's go get some drinks. Where exactly am I going from here? Pretty sure the entire mecha combat gameplay isn't this slow either. I think this is just a mandatory cutscene sequence or something.
The Metatron is not very deep.
And it's very strong. It wasn't here last time I came.
Going back. Going back. Going.
Shut up!
Is it debris?
The observation crews are goofing off again. What the hell is that?
Anything wrong?
Oh no, it's the Pandora
I found something interesting. I'll check it out.
Hatch unlocked. Where? A helmet.
Seems like my AI in my suit is going wrong or something.
Got a bad feeling.
What?
An orbital frame.
Orbital frame. I can just tell already that's gonna be a meme.
Ship over there. Ah!
What's happening, Angie? What ship did you see? Angie! Damn. Warship? Must be Bara.
Something about this reminds me a bit of Lost Planet. Maybe it's just like the snowy atmosphere. Or the very blurry PS2 era graphics. Oh, there goes my ride.
My liver's damaged. Damn Baram.
Bara, from Mars? How can you tell?
Get your ship down into the ditch and stay hidden.
I think the lip syncing is a little off here.
Good morning. Ready for combat operation.
Oh, okay. What am I, like, driving a coffin? Okay, so I guess this is like an ancient frame, a powerful one, and it got supercharged by the Metatron reserves or something. Yeah, there's the Gundam I'm looking for. That's one feature of this game I always found interesting as well, even though I didn't really play it. The art style for the frames is just very strange and interesting.
Verified as unmanned orbital frame, Raptor. Be careful not to get surrounded.
And I think one mechanic this game introduced that wasn't in the first game is grab mechanics. Okay, I'm getting my ass whooped already. I watched like a 2-hour playthrough segment of this just to see if I'd like it. And
This is orbital frame Jehuti. Do you want me to explain how to manipulate the frame?
Who is this?
This is detached backup battle unit, Ada.
So this is a battle computer, isn't it? More reliable than the Levs.
oh yeah, you can
navigators.
move around in first person as well.
Do you request control instructions?
Yes, Ada. Please.
Please
I'm just
choose
gonna skip
what
through all
training you want
this.
to go through. Ending training.
If I really need to review that stuff, I'm pretty sure it'll be in the menu for me to go back to.
We found our objective at point 04.
Roger. Departing for 04.
I'm guessing this game auto-saves as well, and hopefully I can just do like a normal playthrough here. I don't know if there's any like mission objectives that can be completed, like side quests.
Unmanned combat aircraft, Mosquito. Individual attacks are weak, but be careful. There are many of them.
Okay, this is a lot more fluid and neat than I expected.
The homing laser. Damage level exceeding 50%.
How do I use the homing laser here, though? Okay, it looks like you can ascend and descend at your will, which is pretty nice. I'm guessing I have to do like the full lock on here, though, and I'm not exactly sure how that works. I mean, yeah, I could have just read the tutorial, but come on, who does that? So this is shield. I know how to fire my gun here, but I don't exactly know how I'm supposed to lock on to multi-enemies here. Guessing it's like a combination of buttons. There we go. Yeah, that definitely seems to be the thing we're supposed to do here. This I remember seeing a lot of as well. Just in like the PlayStation Magazine walkthrough. This is like pretty technically impressive as well. Can't really seem to find a way to accurately move the camera, though. It's kind of odd how it works. Okay, that's all of them.
Put me through to 663.
Yes, I'll connect you now.
Help me, Dingo!
Where are you?
My legs are damaged.
Rick, where are you now?
No, not Rick.
Don't move! I'll be there soon!
Enemy approaching.
Okay, I think this is gonna be our first frame combat. I don't know, I haven't seen this early on, I'm just taking a guess.
It's approaching your way!
Classic. Classic anime tropes.
I indicate the position of Rick with an arrow.
Okay, it looks like I have both in combination.
Enemy destroyed.
Whoa, okay. This is taking some getting used to, but I'm getting a lot of, oh, I didn't know they could shield as well.
75%.
Looks like I'm gonna die already this early on.
Raptor destroyed.
Okay. I think as long as I take care of the big boy and then clear out the clumps, I should be able to advance. I think that's the last of them. It's very interesting how they've set this up. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be playing on hard mode? I don't know.
Oh, hell!
For like the very beginning of the game, this is like surprisingly hard.
Dingo!
Surprised he didn't scream dingo 3 more times there. Yeah, if I can skip through the cutscenes here, I'll just play through on normal mode. I didn't expect it to be like balls to the wall difficulty. VR training? Okay. Of course, every Kojima game has to have VR training. Okay, just hopefully I can skip through the cutscenes here.
Dingo, I think the medicine.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This is like a mandatory gameplay segment. Legit, I still don't know what that arm does. Let me just try and like get a better feel for how this works though. Start chaining my flight abilities here.
You may crash. Beware.
I don't know why, but this like AI voice overlay reminds me a bit of Crysis. That's a game I need to go back and play for real.
Hey Dingo, after this job, are you free?
This planet is so barren, I don't even know what they would do. Like, sit in their mech suits and play cards or something. Okay, yeah, let's try this with normal difficulty, and if it's still hard, I'll just grin and bear it, I guess.
Enemy approaching. Verified as unmanned orbital frame. Raptor. Be careful not to get surrounded.
Oh yeah, this is way nicer.
Raptor destroyed.
I don't feel like I'm completely overwhelmed. You know, for a hack and slash, this actually isn't too annoying or anything.
Confirming the...
Okay, I can definitely skip through cutscenes, so that's nice.
Keep ending training. Unmanned combat aircraft, Mosquito. Individual attacks are weak, but be careful. There are many of them.
Gotta use my bug spray here. Get rid of all the stinky
Attack
mosquitoes.
mosquitoes all at once with the homing laser.
I wonder if you can take all of these out individually. Obviously, it's like very counterproductive to how this game actually plays. But I know in some segments you're required to like do a bit of dungeoneering, even though this is like a space game. So I wonder if you can just do it your own way.
I'll connect you now.
Okay, here we go.
The position of Rick with an arrow. Move in the indicated direction.
Yeah, I'm really liking these aerial controls. They're super simple, but it makes a lot of sense.
Raptor destroyed.
You know what? Despite how different these two games are, I'm getting some serious Dark Souls vibes from this. Okay, I think I can... Ah, okay, that's why the camera wasn't working before. So it seems like the camera doesn't free itself until you've completed like the objective for the area.
Raptor destroyed.
It might just be this opening segment as well. So maybe I get free cam. Oh. Okay. So camera in battle actually changes your target. That's pretty interesting. That was a nice combo there. I kind of like that you can just boost at will. It's really nice. I'm already liking this way more than the Raiden game. What was that game even called again? Can't for the life of me remember because it just bored the hell out of me.
Pay attention to your back, too. To switch lock-on targets, use the L2 button. Raptor destroyed.
L2 button. I guess that kind of works. Looks like the control stick does the same thing though.
Enemy destroyed.
Kind of looks like you can charge up the multi-shot on singular targets as well, which is kind of cool. This reminds me a lot of Rez. I was talking to my friend about this game the other day, and we were actually playing Rez. He has Rez VR, or I guess Rez Infinite, and that game just looks absolutely graphically stunning. It's astonishing to watch. But this like reminds me a lot of that as well. I feel like the mechanics are just both very similar games. The original Rez not so much, but it's still a very good game for what it is.
Enemy destroyed.
So it looks like my slash attack defaults to fire gun at certain distances.
Destroy with a burst attack.
Cursor's on. Oh.
Stop moving and keep pressing the R2 button. Then
alright, everyone, give me your power.
Burst attack.
Spirit Bomb! That was pretty badass. I'm liking this so far, it's pretty nice. Is that my damage frame, or is that my buddy, or what?
Beat it, Rick!
It's my old coworker from retail, Rick. Now he's gonna complain about stocking milk. And how his pain pills don't work anymore. Don't worry, Rick, I'll save you with this 20-pack of beer. Nope, there goes Rick. So I've already seen this character, and I think she does play a relevant role. But I'm not exactly sure, I just know...
Since I found Jay with you, you'll have to give it to me.
What does Barum want with Callisto?
Oh? You don't look like a mining man to me.
Get lost.
What was that war cry? No, I do no such thing. So this is Arjib. And I know for a fact that a lot of these enemies... Okay, so I definitely specifically have a bar for my shield. What I was gonna say though is I know for a fact some of these enemies have like Egyptian god names. I don't really know about Jehudi. But yeah, I know later on we encounter some enemies like Anubis. I would say Arjib, but we're fighting her right now, so... I guess she comes back at a later point. Can't afford to block anymore either, so... I guess I'm just gonna have to go full offensive here. And it looks like the enemy can kind of parry your moves. Okay, I didn't think of this initially, but I guess I can blow these up. I think if you're boosting while you're attacking, you also do slightly higher damage per second. She's gonna parry me endlessly though, I'm guessing. Yeah, you can't even counterattack her. Oh, it looks like I regenerated shield there. So she has an opening right after she fires her... Can I do this? I didn't have enough time. Whoa, okay. So it looks like you definitely do have to be standing still to do like the spirit bomb attack. But I wonder if you can actually use it against bosses. Even on easy mode, I'm getting, or on normal difficulty it is. I'm getting kind of decimated here.
Hit it!
I have a feeling she's going to be open here. Yep. She's not going to give me the opportunity to charge it up, I don't think. So I think you have to be boosting to lock on for some reason.
Damage level exceeding 50%.
Alright, there we go. That was pretty easy. Took a bit of damage, but I'm still learning the controls.
You want this frame, don't you?
Maybe.
Even if you're bar armed, that's
Maybe.
too rough.
It sure is.
Who's the commander?
You think I'll tell?
Back to the mothership.
Wait!
Once again, the Metal Gear art theme is coming through.
Are you alright?
Yeah. Dingo, the enemy is approaching me.
Alright, I'll try to head them off.
You will?
Take care, Angie.
What?
I don't really understand the context here, like... Obviously the Lev frame I was using is not combat ready, so I don't understand why everybody's calling on me.
We'll be crushed along with Callisto. We have no choice.
Into the fray. So I think this is the first example of like non-open world combat in this game. It looks so Metal Gear-like though. Can't wait for the exclamation marks. Alright, Spider Bros, let's do this. Oh, they're actually called spiders. Interesting. Kinda weak, though.
Enemy reinforcements are confirmed. To switch lock-on targets, use the L2 button.
I think I was already told about this, but okay. It looks like you can just sort of fire at enemies if you want. Kinda neat. I think one feature I've noticed is if you're on the ground, you'll start skating. I might be wrong. It might be like an old mechanic from the first game or something. Maybe it just never existed and I'm Mandela effect confirmation biasing again. Alright, that was easy.
All enemies have been cleared.
So here's an example of the aerial puzzle solving, I guess. This is very interesting. I kind of expected the game to be a bit like this, but I don't know. Just seems like it has a bit more polish than I initially expected.
You can grab objects which may be useful in battle with the circle button. Do you want to see how it's done?
Please,
Yes, please.
no. I don't care. Just let me play. Yeah, it just sends me back to the same menu.
Destroy the cellar generating enemies.
Whoa, okay. So I'm guessing I have to grab these gigantic battery units or something? Oh. The rebar beams on the battery units. Dude, that destroyed that thing. What? This is even stronger than my multi-laser. What is this? Got like a gigantic lightsaber now. I don't think you can lock on with your multi-attack though with this, which kind of sucks. Guess I'll just get rid of it because I don't need it anymore. I have a feeling I'll start finding secrets by exploring around like this. Am I actually standing on this? Oh, this is pretty cool. Alright, we'll just keep forging onward. This is like obviously a tutorial area.
Enemy approaching. Long distance support type. Mummy head. Be careful.
Mummy head. I don't have to worry about it because I'm going to use it as a weapon. Yep, there it goes.
Enemy destroyed. Raptor destroyed. Confirmed destruction of cellar.
Okay, so you don't necessarily have to pick up objects, but it does help in big combat segments like this. Can I block with this? Yes. Let's go ahead and take out the mummy head then.
Damage level exceeding 50%.
I'm assuming this is like a really strong healer mob or something.
Raptor destroyed.
Okay, and it looks like I healed up because I completed that segment, so I wonder if like HP persists throughout levels or what. Oh, that was really cool. I wanted to look at that more. Guess I'm going to anyway.
They want this frame, don't they?
Did you board this even though you knew?
I didn't want to involve my friends. Also, there's something I have to confirm.
Damn, they're taking off into space now. Okay. This just went from Metal Gear to Star Trek like that. This is like nice and atmospheric. I love it. I was hoping the game would have segments like this where you could just sort of explore small environments and also like see space and stuff. So this is like 100% what I anticipated. Oh, that's nice. It goes into another cutscene right after that.
The gate to the next unit is open. Please follow the arrow.
Kind of just want to take some free objects here. What is this? Am I... Okay, so you do skate, but it's kind of weird how it works. I think you have to hold down the descend button to continue skating. And it looks like you can't boost while doing it. I don't even know if there's an actual point to it, but okay. We guess here's another boss fight, yeah? What is this Evangelion mecha frame looking thing.
What?
Jody. Target Bravo.
Where did my equipped item go? Can I untarget? No, it looks like it can't. So here's another example of an Egyptian god. Nephthys. There we go. This should make things a little easier. Let me chuck this. Actually didn't really do much at all. So it looks like once the enemy stun locks you, you're kind of screwed. Whoa, okay.
Grab the stick and throw it.
Grab the stick and throw it. That's what I did initially, but okay. She has like a guard breaker move there. Okay. Yeah, she's got some strong shields.
Grab the stick and throw it.
Dude, I got the stick and I'm throwing it. It doesn't do anything. I'm gonna get smashed here. Holy moly. She's too fast. Can I at least do some damage? I can basically like only deflect and chase away.
The enemy shield is not damaged by an energy attack. You will need to make a physical attack.
A physical attack?
A blade or something used in close combat.
But it seems the blade can't reach it.
Look for something useful to attack.
I can't. My AI has told me like 3 times in a row to grab a stick. I just won't listen. Of course, the one opportunity I get to actually attack, it doesn't do anything.
Target Bravo has been destroyed.
Oh, that's pretty cool. There's like unique dialogue each time you die.
Target Bravo. I'm coming!
Good for you.
Come on! Get me!
She's too fast. I don't understand how I'm supposed to catch up. Yeah, she just dodges whenever you toss it. Maybe you have to like survive until Ada analyzes her or something? Okay, let me like get out of the way here. This is really janky, I don't like it. Seems like she just defaults into her guard breaker move too if you even attempt to attack. Or if you attempt to guard, I mean. I'm just gonna spam attack button and see if this works. This is like the only way I'm actually doing damage now. Come on, get me. Come on, get me. Even if I manage to catch up, she like dodges out of the way. I don't get it. Is this just like a mandatory take damage segment or something? This is the only way I've hit her so far. Oh, it looks like I charged up the stick here. Grab this. Why do I even listen to Ada? How did I charge that up? There we go. I literally can't do anything here. Let me try and grab one of these. Charge up with it? Maybe this does something, like if I charge the stick with Metatron. Can I attack now? That's what I'm trying to do, lady. This is so disorienting. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, that does some damage. Do I really have to hit her with 100 spears here? Okay, so it looks like you can shield and then dodge and it should do something. I'm really making no progress here though. like something you say in first grade. I'm getting you. You better hide. I'm getting you.
I'm getting you.
This is painful. Grab the stick and throw it. Maybe she isn't dodging. I am actually hitting, but it really doesn't seem to be doing much of anything at all. Yeah, grab the stick and throw it. I am the beast I worship. I don't know why that reminded me of Death Grips. Is there like anything else I can do here? This seems like a stupid hard boss for no reason. Let me try charging up here. Does this do more damage? Not really. Okay, so she parries all of my offensive attacks, or shields them.
Grab the stick and throw it.
Bruh, what do you think I'm doing? It just looks like there's not enough sticks in this entire area to throw. But okay. Sure, why not? Wait, that actually did something? Okay, I was gonna say that is not nearly enough damage. I was about to get kind of pissed off. Yeah, the one plot stick.
Is that you, Viola?
Perhaps you're speaking to a battle AI.
She's AI? Hey, Viola!
It is just a replica being made by using her past battle data and part of her character.
It seems like a story mechanic I've been kind of well versed with.
What happened to Viola?
The applicable frame runner is already dead.
She died?
Oh my wow.
In the year 2172, the Antilia raid. It was a matter under the control of the Space Force.
The Space Force
attacked the colony orbiting a satellite of Jupiter and stole an orbital frame which was under development.
Was she involved with that? Which orbital frame was taken?
The orbital frame Anubis. Jehuti was their target too, but they didn't get this frame.
Jehuti was collected by someone who had much to fear from Bahram before it was abandoned on Callisto.
Gotta love the art for this game.
Who was commanding the Antilia raid?
That was the commander of Bahram, Colonel Noman.
Noman. What's the matter?
It is a resonance reaction.
This just feels like a direct sequel to Metal Gear. Can I? Just permadead, pretty much. I'm literally surprised I even made it through that segment, because it seemed like it was way harder than it actually was. Grab the stick and throw it. I am the beast I worship. What am I getting, like a mecha headache? Mecha migraines? Who's this absolute Chad? He's got a tail. A robo-tail. Oh my god.
Give that orbital frame back.
Go plug your tail into a wall socket. Yeah, this just has like Rising Revengeance vibes almost. Whoa. Gotta love the particle effects there. Okay, I tried to shield there, but it didn't do anything. Alright, you'll have to forgive me. Let me go ahead and check my settings on this, because this is taking a huge dip. Okay, I think this might make a major change here. Maybe not quite. Let's see. No way. No way. Let's try this again. I think this is just an issue of so many particles being on screen at once. Alright, let's try and tank it, see if I get anything good. Oh my god.
By guarding yourself, you can avoid most enemy attacks, except their first attacks.
I thought I grabbed him.
Damn, it's too tough!
He's too strong. He's gonna charge up. This guy's got like instant transmission on top of his invisibility.
I remember you.
Norman. It's Dingo.
I can't take that name seriously. Wait, isn't this the person I just threw a frickin' beam into? Frickin' laser beams? This is just awful. At least my buddy's here to protect me. This giant beam looks like a... Okay. What? Thought you were my buddy, pal. I was gonna say that giant beam looks like a railgun, but now I don't know what to think. I am dead.
I'm surprised you're still alive, Dingo.
I'm surprised you're still alive, Dingo.
How have you been?
How have you
Been on vacation.
You get off and come to my room.
What, they have rooms on these big spaceships? Like actual houses? I don't know how it can go from me getting impaled by a giant rebar beam to this. What, are we gonna fist fight? Oh, okay, I guess so.
What are you doing on this ship anyway?
If anything happens to my pals on Callisto, you'll pay.
I didn't kill
This is
them.
weird.
I don't believe you.
Your skills are getting worse, Dingo. You've been slacking off.
What is this, my boss? Is this just a ruse? We weren't the actual enemies, we were the enemy's enemies, and now you have to defeat the actual enemies.
Noman.
Ken, back off. Let me introduce you to Dingo. He was the leading pilot in our unit 6 years ago.
Dingo, Egret.
Military records show
Isn't
him
that
dead.
two different animal names?
You're doing rather menial work.
This really
compared
is
to the
Metal
old
Gear.
days. Have you been demoted to the outskirts?
Shut up. You have come back under my command.
God, the lip sync
Come
is so
back?
off.
You must be kidding.
You'd better come back. It'll be fun from now on.
It'll be
I
fun.
refuse.
Okay. Yeah, it sure is
You're
fun
fooling around
piloting
almost killed me
mechs
back
on
there.
Mars.
It's not funny.
You don't understand.
You can't deceive me with beautiful words like freedom and independence anymore. Do you realize how many of my comrades died back there? Say it. You killed them!
Orochimaru looking ass.
I wouldn't know.
You devil! Dingo!
Come back. I like you.
Weird time to tell you like me.
Sick.
Tell me you like me, dude. Teleports behind you, nothing personnel. Is he actually shooting me? Welcome back to Cowboy Bebop, I guess. Dude, what? Just shot me 4 times and I'm gonna keep walking? Oh no. Time to take a nap. See, I get what they're going for here, but this just seems unnecessarily edgy.
You dispose of the body.
This brings me back to the old Annuuuubbbiiiissssss days. Maybe if I were still 16, I would find this extremely groundbreaking, earth-shattering, award-winning. The face. I can't hold on much longer. I lost all of my cherries. I pulled out the fake pew-pew gun and all my cherries fell out of my pocket. Okay, if I can just not have frame dips, that would be cool. But you know what? It just happens, I guess.
Like this before. Are you sure this order is from Colonel Noman?
Who picked that name? Colonel Noman.
If not, why would I be doing such a thing?
Doesn't sound good. Inject me with the goo. What am I? This is just revengeance. I'm a cyber soldier now. Can't wait until I have the grafted on katana.
Ready? Please begin.
Might as well add the minigun from Half-Life 1 onto my arm. Oh, I love this. I love how they put him into the default sitting position that he was in the previous cutscenes. I'm not trying to call Kojima lazy, but this seems kind of lazy.
He's got a stable pulse.
What even is that? Metatron heart?
Okay.
Goo energy heart.
Oh, well,
okay.
You've been asleep for 2 months. I shaved your beard. Ada, please look after me.
If I have to.
What a nice thing. Knocked out for 2 months and she shaves your beard for you. Legit didn't even notice his beard
You're
before.
on Demo Station, the gateway to Mars. How are you feeling?
I feel really sick.
It's better than feeling dead, isn't it?
I didn't die, did I?
You didn't, but you did lose your heart and lungs.
So how can I still be alive?
You can only stay alive when you're aboard Jehudi.
I don't know why the camera controls are inverted here.
Lungs. That power comes from Jehudi.
What?
The minute you get off Jehudi, it will stop providing energy. You will die if you leave Jehudi.
Oh, don't talk nonsense.
Well, try it if you like.
Alright, time to die. See you later. I'm peacing out. That's why you don't angry stare at people.
It's too dangerous.
It's too dangerous.
Don't do that again. Did you want to scare me to death?
You're either stupid or insane! How could you do this to me?
I had no choice. The cockpit is
Look
too
at
small
that
to put all the
mouth.
gear needed to keep you alive.
I didn't
It's a
want
big
this.
smile.
I told you if you helped me, I would save your life.
It's a
I
good
don't
Twitch
remember.
emote.
When did you say that?
Just before, when you nearly died.
I don't remember.
You should be more appreciative of me. I saved your life, looked after you, and kept you hidden from the other crew for 2 months.
Thanks,
Damn.
Mom.
Hook me up to proper vitals.
I can give you
Just
a
hook me
life
up,
back,
fam.
So you'd better just accept my orders.
Don't be ridiculous. How can I follow Bahram?
I'm not
Dude, this
Bahram.
mouth. He looks like he ate a ton of
What
candy
else?
corn or something.
I'm with the Space Force. I'm Ken Marineris. I've been sent into
And
hiding in
Marineris.
Bahram.
Are you serious?
Don't be so surprised all the time.
Why not?
He has marinara on his lips.
I didn't want to do this either. First, you have to escape from Deimos as soon as possible. You're in danger if we stay here wasting time talking.
It's hard for a dead man to understand.
You are still alive.
So what?
Took care of you with my marinara all these months.
Still alive, too. Don't you want vengeance on him?
Ah yes, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
I have the same aim as you, so I won't do anything bad to you.
Can I just ask you one question?
What?
Is it correct this year's winner was Hesperia Gales?
What is with this winter stuff?
Can't you be
Who
more
cares?
serious?
I'm very serious. Do you know the answer?
We've no time for games on Mars.
I just can't get over the fact that her name is Ken Marineris. You know what? They're talking about like sports and game winners. It sounds like a baseball player.
The catapult
Ken
projection is
Marineris.
over there. You can get out if you go along this way.
#1 batter for the
Satellite
Mars
Deimos is at the bar
outfielders, or I don't know what they'd be
Unmanned
called.
machines are on patrol to attack support units of the Space Force from Earth.
Mars Labs.
Deimos is under Bahram's rule?
Not just Deimos. Mars and another satellite, Phobos. All of Mars' area has been under Bahram's
This kind of looks like a
control.
Doom map from
Noman
this
has
perspective.
performed great deeds.
That's awful.
Unexpected things have occurred. Anyway, please consult
Load up
Ada
your
about
Metal
the
Gear
catapult.
Doom wads. Consult Ada for catapult? What exactly would I need a catapult for? I know the trebuchet is the most overpowered weapon from, you know, that far back, but really? Do I need it?
I received a rescue signal.
Ignore it.
Connected.
This is
Countermanded.
I'm stuck with a cargo of freight. Please help me.
Which line is this, Ada?
This is from the Space Force.
Listen to his story, Dingo.
Yes, just because Space Force.
Taper, can you hear me? This is Henry G.
Henry G?
What's wrong with you?
Where are these names
Are
coming
you the
from?
Space Force Henry G?
Something like that.
Please help me. My unit has been attacked by Bahram. The controls on my fighter have not been working and I don't have any idea where I am.
We can't help you then.
Yes, please. I've got an important mission to carry
This guy's so edgy.
Important mission?
We are helping our friends on Mars.
Who did you say you're helping?
There are many people who can't escape from Vasilia after taking away the vector cannon.
The Vector Cannon.
Vector cannon?
Please help Taper.
Metal
Dingo.
Gear?
We need to get it.
I don't know.
I can
Why does he have
order
that
Ada to stop
smug-
feeding energy to you.
You'll what?
Dude,
Ada?
his mouth.
Damn. Okay,
Got so
I'll
much
do it.
marinara on his mouth.
Taper, I'm coming to help you. Don't move from where you are.
I'm hiding in a container. I start shaking after hearing the sound of gunfire.
Ada, where was that message sent from?
I can't find the particular point, but from all indications it seemed not too far away.
Taper said he's hiding in a container, and he got scared after hearing shots.
Giving too much damage to the container will destroy it. Be
Okay.
careful.
I know. I'm just going to knock with a shot.
I have mixed feelings about this game so far. Part of it seems really well made, and some of it seems extremely lazy. Like, I didn't expect this much to be inside of a space vehicle, I guess.
Henry G, this is Tabor. A container with a serial number including 5.
To turn around, use the right analog stick.
I like the design and theme, but I feel like they just sort of took their liberties here.
It's an empty box.
Why did I just blow it up, though? Didn't really seem to be helpful. I could have killed that guy. I don't know if I want to necessarily explore just yet. Alright, this is a little more nice. I feel like I'm kind of out of the tutorial now. Let me go backtrack really quick, though. Kind of getting like some Metroid vibes from this as well. What the hell is this? Interesting, like maybe a stellar cartography map or something. Alright, I guess I'll just go the linear path since there doesn't really seem to be any other way to go. Wait, these respawn? Why? Curious how I go into first-person mode? There's gotta be a way to do it, right? What does this do? Make me go Super Saiyan? I gotta remember to start using that a bit more. It seems like a useful ability. I guess we'll go into a bunker.
A blue container.
A blue container, huh? It's gotta be this one then. Dude, that scared him? Yike? That must be it. Yeah, I'm like right next to him.
Oh my, I don't want to hear this.
5 tons of coffee.
Just destroyed the supply of cocoa beans. Doesn't really look like there's many pathways I can choose here. Do I take damage? No, okay. This is kind of nice and relaxed, like, it's the same level of exploring I sort of expected from this game. But it's finally reached that point instead of, like, all of the lag action. Let me try the Spirit Bomb here.
Please come here now.
Did that do AoE damage? It looked like it, actually. Okay, let's try over here first. This is like a rocket hallway. Oh, you know what? That's gotta be a backtracking area or something, I bet. Interesting. They can follow me into corridors, which is something I didn't expect.
Destroyed.
Okay, I'd like a little more activity than this, though. Like, is it just gonna be these mechanics, hack and slash forever? Warehouse number.
I think I'm in warehouse C now.
Okay. This is B. So I'm guessing this is also B unit? So I think over here was C. That's A. So maybe B unit is attached to C or something? Yeah, here we go. Here's C. Just gonna back away from this. They don't seem like they're intelligent enough to even come through the walls. So it was 5 and a blue container. Wonder if this is randomized. Yoink! I don't know why shooting it does the right thing either, because my AI said I destroyed coffee beans. I'm Kenny G. Sorry, wrong G.
Yes, I am.
Notices your mecha unit.
I'm saved. Thank you.
I remember this guy. Like I said, I haven't played this through, but I noticed some of the characters.
What's your assignment?
Hey, I'll leave you behind if you keep being so dismal.
What's your assignment?
As I said, I'm trying to help you.
This guy kind of reminds me of a
Please
stupid
help.
version of one of my friends.
Dingo, ask him about his orders.
Shut up.
Like the worst
I
version
have to
possible.
rescue the people in Visalia County on Mars. They got stuck after they got a weapon to break through the defense systems of the enemy base.
That's the one you told me about a moment ago.
Yes,
Why is he like
The vector
prostrating at me?
it's very important to us to win. That's why I have to rescue them.
You're kidding. How can you rescue them like this?
It's my duty.
Nonsense.
It's enough you take me as far as the shooter to Mars with you. I know where my comrades are when I get to Mars.
You're asking me to carry you to the shooter.
Exactly. Let's go.
Alright, here's another good example of the grab mechanics.
We'll have him guide us to the Levs in Visalia.
I don't think he's that useful.
Like them, we have to destroy Bahram's military fortress. That's why we need that weapon.
The military fortress?
The military fortress. Auman.
Auman.
Oh, Henry G. I've got a program for an orbital frame, but I don't know anything
Oh, cool. I
about
think
its
this is like a
contents,
weapon
so you're welcome
unlock.
to use it.
That's pretty nice. Just gotta shake hands real quick.
We obtained the device driver of the sub-weapon Geyser. It works against the enemy's power unit. It can restrict movement for a fixed time.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess.
Sub-weapons support your normal attack with special effects. Select a sub-weapon by tilting the left analog stick up or down while pressing the L1 button.
Okay.
Use it with the circle button.
I think this is
Each
like
time
Metal
you
Gear
use
mechanics.
The sub-gauge goes down. Keep an eye on how much is left.
Ada, what do I have to do when I grab Taper's lev?
Press the L1 button for a short while so that grab appears in the sub-weapon
Ah,
window.
that's how you do
Then
it.
press the circle button in front of the target you wish to grab. Press the circle button again to let go.
Okay, that should be fairly easy enough.
Check your current position on the map. To check the map and current mission status, press the start button and open
Press the start button and open.
the menu.
Okay, so there are some dungeoneering mechanics. I like that. Let's check out the geyser really quick.
Hurry!
Oh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, and I'm guessing that uses shield energy. What exactly is this?
What are you waiting for?
Alright, let's switch back to grab. I still want to figure out how to, like, zoom in here. But I guess there's no available ability for it, I guess. Okay. So we have to go to, like, an entirely different place.
Oh my, I don't want to hear this.
Am I, like, stuck here? Wait, where did he go? Oh, okay. He's extremely confused there. Okay, I'm just gonna YOLO it, I guess. And if he gets destroyed, then I guess I'll have to restart. I kind of wonder if the geyser ability even does anything. Yeah, it looks like they can guard against it. That's pretty cool. Guess I have to destroy this guy to obtain a key. Gotta love the shield graphics there. Does this do anything to these guys? Oh, it like completely destroys their HP. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I can see this working out well. Oh, and I can level up? That's pretty interesting. I almost accidentally used Geyser right there. That would have been horrible. Okay, so... does look like there's quite a bit of map to explore here. And it looks like my objective is through C and then E to D. So over here? Did I just go the entirely wrong way? Yeah, it looks like I went the wrong direction. But I did need that key, so I guess it's not all too bad. Yeah, then just continue onward here. Calm down, buddy. Whoa, this is like, there's gonna be a frame battle at some point here. That's interesting. I just took like a plate off of the side of the spaceship here. I don't even know how I did that, but okay. Let me actually try that again, because I don't know what happened there.
Take me there.
Oh yeah, I guess you can just grab these panels. Huh. Well, I kind of take back what I said. This isn't as lazy as I originally envisioned. So we just gotta go through E. Is there really any, like, reason to explore here? Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna have to hit E and B. Why? Hold on. Okay, am I, like, missing several keys or something? I was gonna leave this guy here, but I actually think I have to take him with me. Come on, big boy. Getting a little more used to the controls here. Like, it's sort of auto paths a little bit. And let's see. Yeah, dude's name is Taper, but I'm also going to have to go through a Taper here. I really don't know how to untarget. It's kind of annoying. But it looks like I want to go through B unit here. I don't know why it's saying everything is key here. Oh, you know what? I thought there was gonna be a big mech battle here, but no. Phantoma is the name of the guy I'm protecting right now. That makes more sense. I was gonna say, like, why do I see a boss health bar when there's no bosses in the area? Now I know. Am I really that huge that gigantic trucks are that small? Wait, I can actually blow these up too? Is there any point to this, or?
What are you waiting for?
I'm having fun, buddy. There's no way I'm that big, right? What is this, Metatron energy? It is.
Obtained Metatron.
So I think that just heals me up to full or something. So, is there a route that I can follow through B here? Yeah, I guess just hang a left over to F corner. Yeah, they're gonna target him like crazy, so I gotta take these guys out.
I don't want to hear this.
Just don't listen.
ETR reaction gone.
What is ETR reaction?
Raptor destroyed. Enemy destroyed.
ETR reaction. Hey guys, welcome back to the ETR Reacts channel. Today we're gonna be checking out Doritos Locos Tacos from Taco Bell. Okay, this guy's taking a ton of damage. I just hang a left and then... Oh, that's pretty cool. I can, like, see the enemies in the next area. So I'm gonna be hanging a double left. Can I just leave this dude right here and he'll keep this door open? Okay, that's some collateral damage. What are these dudes? Eyeball goons? Kinda seems less important to find out the names and abilities of these weaker enemies now, because I'm just so strong already. Why is there like a new vehicle in each area?
Leave me alone.
What even is this? It's like a space bus or something. Oh, there it goes.
What are you waiting for?
Can't wait to get the achievement for blowing up all the miniature vehicles. Something tells me I'm gonna have to backtrack a lot in this area, like in the future, not just now. It's Let's do the same strat and just leave this guy in the doorway.
Oh my! I don't want to hear this!
Keep moving while attacking.
What do you think I'm doing, Ada?
Cyclops destroyed.
Miss Lovelace?
Using Geyser.
Fine.
Enemy destroyed.
Yeah, you suggest using Geyser and it completely screwed me over.
Help me!
Let me grab this guy.
Stop it!
Wait, I can attack my own guy? That makes no sense. Good lord. Even for normal mode, this is pretty difficult.
Cyclops destroyed. ETR reaction gone. Cyclops destroyed.
Okay, I'm about to die. I really gotta take out this gigantic portal. Alright, I gotta let him take some damage for me. Never mind, I got energy back for that.
ETR reaction gone.
What is that supposed to mean? ETR reaction.
ETR reaction gone.
I guess that's just the name of the enemy there or something. Alright, let's boost through here. And I guess I gotta go over to D unit. Yeah, it looks like D unit and then to Mars. Phantoma's on his last legs here, though. I don't know why he's required to get through these segments. Let's go ahead and take him, I guess. I just want to plop him in the door, but he keeps walking out.
When in close range, keep your eyes on enemy attack signs.
It's very interesting, like these weird eyeball characters.
The damage rate is too high. Fight without taking damage.
Fight without taking damage, she says. Like, that makes any sense.
Obtained Metatron.
Yeah, so that does completely restore every bit of damage I've taken, which is pretty neat. Let's see if I can, like, Spirit Bomb this thing.
What are you waiting for?
Will this actually hit? It does, but it doesn't. Seems like the hitbox is the same as the normal shot. So I think oh, I didn't. Okay, so it must be that, like, the enemies themselves are the keys. I wish I could, like, zoom out of this map, though. It's so massive. Dock 05. Yeah, it doesn't really look like I'm missing anything. I just hope I don't have to, like, backtrack through the entire map every single level here. Emergency shooter. So it looks like I just need to traverse block G and I should be okay. Just open the door, open fire. Somehow these guys are, like, capable of tracking shots, I don't know why. But I can't seem to, like, avoid their attack specifically. That was pretty cool. I used that on accident there.
Enemy destroyed.
So as long as you attack this thing while it's still charging up, it should take enough damage to get knocked out. I guess that's it for this area, although I'm expecting, like, a slightly larger fight immediately after this. I don't know why gunfire is incorporated into the soundtrack there.
That's the shooter.
Hey,
I'll be your number one shooter.
Could be very similar to yours.
I will let you know when I get there safely. Thank you for your help.
Yeah.
Don't hold me back in
I don't know how
Mars.
this guy's even gonna make it.
Well, I'm leaving now.
Hey, what's Mars like now?
What do you want to know?
How's the military situation?
You should know. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it.
I really don't like this guy's character.
Ouch.
And there's another -1.
By the way, what's your mission anyway?
You'll never know. Been sent here to shadow Marsus.
Quick, enemy approaching!
Well, see you later!
Yeah, just get out of here, goon. What? Shot like a rocket. These unmanned enemies are so gross looking.
Enemy approaching. Verified as unmanned orbital frame, Raptor. Be careful not to get surrounded. To switch lock-on targets, use the L2 button.
I don't know why the game is still tutorializing me at this point, but okay. I'm just gonna burst fire them from a distance. Because this seems like half of them aren't guarding and half of them are. Take this guy out, single him out real quick. I like the lock-on mechanic, but it doesn't seem to work very well if everybody's guarding. What do you think I'm doing, Ada?
It depends on how strongly you press the circle button.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. So I guess each ability has like a variable range. Looks like you can hit multiple enemies with melee here as well. Okay, I'm getting the hell out of here. Yeah, that's me dead. Surprised just like 5 of them in one small area does enough damage to kill me. Let me try and grab this Joker. Yeah, it looks like grabbing them does way more damage than Geyser ever will. The commander's already dead. I like this grab mechanic now. I thought it was kind of cheap at first, but I'm just tossing everything. Yeah, that was great. I really do feel like a super soldier now. Trying to break shield here? Nah, it's just not gonna happen. I'm too close to all the others. I'm gonna toss everything. Screw it.
I suggest using Geyser. You can change the diffusion range.
There, I used Geyser for you. You happy, Ada? Literally didn't even have to use it. This reminds me of Revengeance so much, but like way more interesting. And not just like sword dude cuts open spines and eats them.
It doesn't look any different.
Am I just gonna fly there? I mean, it is an orbital frame. Ooh, it looks like the Shagahad's gonna come out. There's that classic Kojima music.
Viola. I don't want to fight with Viola, even if she is AI. Let's go.
Nice. Yeah, this is pretty badass, I guess. Dude, if she blew up the door that fast, I'd run away. Get out of there, man. Gotta love the design here, though. As like sort of gimmicky and kind of like anime tropes this is, I definitely like the art style of this game. Just looks very like high fantasy technology.
This is bad.
We're almost at the landing point.
What is with this? Yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna question it. Yep, not even gonna say anything about that. Dude, I have like a cool shield. I guess that's like my shield
We
generator.
landed on Mars.
Confirm our location.
The edges of West Margaritifer. The
Margaritifer.
state border of Oceania territory.
Dingo, first you need
And
to
here's
enter into
Marinara.
Free County.
Wait.
Tell me your location and then ask Ada about the most suitable route to Vasilia.
Wait a second!
What's wrong?
What's going on here? Burned ruins stretched as far as the eye can see.
You were living in the backwoods, so you couldn't know. But in the last half year, the situation on Mars has changed drastically.
Fallen train.
Tell me more.
It's a long story.
Big old smokestacks.
Don't fall asleep.
Hurry up.
God, this dialogue.
A year ago, Bahram began to gain control of the military in every county on Mars. Then, the Mars Liberation Movement against Earth's oppression began to surface. Now, Bahram's war potential is very strong, far different from when you were around.
These mechs look like
The Space Force
Genesect.
put up a stubborn resistance, but without a major war, Mars was occupied by Bahram in a flash.
It's almost incomprehensible to look
The Space
at.
Force was almost wiped out, except for a few remnants. We attacked Vasilia County, the Bahram foothold, with the total force we had then.
That was thoughtless.
Certainly. We knew what was going to happen. The Space Force suffered destruction, so there's not much time to destroy the remaining forces at the enemy base. Although,
Space Force forces.
That's the vector cannon Taper mentioned.
It just looks like Metal Gear.
Is a weapon that delivers a high-energy wave by space compression. The outer shield of the enemy fortress Almon defends from invasion with a mass dislocation created by space compression. The vector cannon is the only weapon that can nullify that defense and pierce it.
You're in that catapult, orbital frame, vector cannon, so they're all byproducts of Metatron.
What is with this Metal Gear Solid-esque dialogue?
Don't you agree?
Vector cannon.
However, the military unit has been missing in Vasilia since they acquired the vector cannon. Taper, who you met on Deimos, must have come to get it back.
Why is it so important?
Dingo, do you know about the
Why is my name
I
Dingo?
don't recognize the name.
When Dr.
Dingo.
Rikoa Hardiman was in good health.
Noman's father.
Dingo Egret.
After
Sounds like
Dr.
a
Hardiman
Halloween
died,
name.
His son Ridley, that is Noman, took over command of the plan. He then made a full-scale model. Almon is a huge military fortress that uses a great amount of Metatron to construct weapons of mass destruction.
WMDs.
When it is fully operational, it won't make sense for Earth to send any amount
When
of
it's fully
forces.
operational, it won't make
Almon will have
sense.
over 1 million times the power of Annuuubbbiiiissss, and you've seen the damage that could do.
Yeah,
Can you imagine
the
what it
power
would
of
be like?
lag.
Why did Noman want
1
to get
frame
to
per
it?
second.
He's already got a great weapon, hasn't he?
Actually, Anubis and Jehuti were developed as part of the Almon plan.
What do you mean?
This
Those
just
two were a
screams
key
Metal
element in
Gear.
starting Almon. That plan was made by Dr. Hardiman. Only those two machines can make Almon move or stop.
So, Noman has already got Anubis. He probably thinks Jehuti is a bother.
He either wants it or wants it destroyed. Normally, Anubis and Jehuti have the same abilities, so only Jehuti can fight against Bahram war potential, which was much increased through the technological research.
Gotta love this overlap feature here.
That's why you
It's
made
nice
me have
design.
such a terrible experience.
No need to thank me.
Mars terraforming is still a long way from perfect, so it's still too weak to be a battlefield.
Several years ago, there was an attack on Earth by the hawkish faction of Mars, but it was a failure in the end because another power from Mars intervened. Then, Bahram learned that they should put pressure on Mars with military force before attacking Earth, strengthening their foothold. The Space Force's power couldn't match Bahram. Earth can't approach Mars, which is under constant surveillance by Almon.
Earth won't be talking big to Mars.
Earth and Mars bow down to Almon, because of Noman, actually.
All these names.
Is Almon in Vasilia?
Anubis and Noman are there too. Almon is already getting ready.
He must be happy.
Hey, we have to stop Almon and Noman. We have the same purpose, don't we? Our cooperation is not so bad after all, is it?
I know you'll cut off my life support if I refuse.
You have your duty to do.
I don't care about Earth or Mars. My aim is to get
I
Noman.
don't care about Earth or
You're all
Mars. I
the
just
same
want
as
to eat
Bahram,
chocolate
aren't you?
bars.
So don't go thinking you're champions of justice.
Sorry to interrupt your
Oh.
conversation, but an unidentified combat vehicle is approaching.
Hey, I have to go.
Gotta
I'll
check the
disconnect.
comms.
No, wait!
Call
Damn it. Let's be
10277.
done with it.
Man, So far this game is pretty interesting, but a bit of it is contrived and some is just super ridiculous.
Who is that stranger?
It's the Rocket Man. I don't know why this area in particular reminds me of this Looney Tunes game for the N64 I had a while back, like years and years ago.
Damn, I'll shoot it down.
Why do they have such gigantic pelvis segments? It's Vic Viper. Why do I feel like this is gonna be one of my allies at some point? Let me guess, Geyser doesn't work here because he moves too much. If I get too close, he just automatically lasers me. Legit, I don't know what to do here.
Coming close.
Yeah, let me get closer too, bud. I mean, I'll just guard break him if that's all I have to do.
Here I come.
I kind of want to just grab him. Yeah, there we go. That'll do some good damage. I'll just grab loop him.
Mode change.
Oh, he has different modes, huh? Looks like he's too fast for my multi-shot.
Ripple.
Ripple. I kind of get what they were going for here, but these boss fights can be very frustrating. Even this early on, this is kind of stupid. I just want to smash and grab the enemy, but they won't let me.
Let go.
No, I do what I want in this Dragon Ball Z mecha fight. Is this even gonna do damage if he doesn't collide with the wall? I don't really think these can catch up to my mech, so I'm just gonna chase after him until he mode changes again. Or does that. So it looks like using a ranged attack on him kind of makes him back off a bit. So maybe that's the strat here, is just use range until he gives up on flying around.
Let go.
I'm gonna toss him further down, I think.
Let go.
Yeah, that should be a little better. Just gonna keep grabbing this fool and tossing him.
Mode change.
It looks like it doesn't work if you toss him a certain distance. That makes sense. What kind of name is Vic Viper, though? It's not like an ancient Egyptian god. Oh, it looks like the homing attack actually does do damage on him. Just dissipates if he goes too fast. This is kind of nice, though. This is the... I've never really been a fan of the Toho games. This is sort of what I imagine Toho should be like, instead of like a 2D shooter. Come on, just stop guarding, man.
Here I come.
Trying to pull him closer to the ground so we can actually do some melee damage here. Oh, you can attack him in between modes. That's what I think of your this. Probably gonna die here. Unless I can keep sniping him from a distance like this. You can keep moving while you do the homing shot as well, so that's pretty interesting.
Coming close.
Gotta love the interesting graphical effects too here. Perfect time for me to move in, I think. There's some good melee damage. I don't like how I default to shooting whenever I'm far enough away.
But not yet.
This is definitely a good example of the combat mechanics, though, I think. Can't seem to find him. There he is. As long as I can tank all of this, I should be okay. I have so little HP, though. Yeah, I gotta say, this game definitely is very pretty. Despite the, like, 6-hour-long cutscenes. Come on, just guard and then hit back. I have no... Oh, man, I can't guard at all anymore. Okay, that should be it. I just gotta range him.
Here I come!
Looks like, for some reason, if you gain enough distance, the auto lock-on shuts off. Either that, or he's probably just flying out of the arena we're in. I'm surprised he actually has less health than I do at this point. Wow, that was it. I'm surprised I did so well there, because that was like adapting mid-run.
I'm not with Bahram. What else can you say if you're not with Bahram?
You must be Leo Stenbuck.
Okay. Just unexplained god AI. Knows everything.
You know him?
Ada.
Oh, is this like the character from the first game, maybe?
You remember me?
Yes, the data is a perfect match with the previous run.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You haven't changed a bit.
You're the owner of this frame, aren't you?
That's right.
I like his
Why
headband.
did you abandon Jehuti on Callisto?
Without consulting me, Elena.
Elena?
That's not your business. Anyway, get out of Jehuti.
You want me to leave Jehuti?
No, it's mine.
Don't be silly.
I found it
can't
first.
leave even if it means I die.
How come?
That's not your business.
Why does he have this smug face?
I think it could be sold at a high price.
Okay, loser. This guy just doesn't take anything seriously.
Ada, please answer my question. You're going to Almon, aren't you?
So what if I am?
Do you know that Ada intends to self-destruct Jehuti on Almon?
Are you sure?
It is true.
Wait a second! What's going on?
There's marinara
Whose
mouth.
order is that?
It's a command which arose from the basis of a program.
The basis of a program? Are you kidding me?
Yes,
Who would
logic.
allow such a thing? Hey, Ada, I won't allow you to do that!
You're worried as if it concerns you.
Well, it does!
This is the meaning of the existence bestowed upon me.
Are you stupid? How can you throw away your life for no reason?
I don't need any reasons.
All right, I get rid of Almon. Then
Imagine
you don't need to blow
arguing
up
with an
Jehuti.
AI.
Isn't that right?
What?
And then, once Almon is destroyed, you'll be alive. That's
Why does he
enough,
have a
isn't it?
hole in his
You should
tooth
take
here?
time to think about the meaning of your existence later.
But
Dude, this is so existential.
You shut up. I'm Dingo.
Dingo, I'm sorry, but it's me who will destroy Almon.
What?
I can't stomach giving Jehuti to Bahram.
I won't give it
This
up
just
either.
brings me back to the Code Geass days.
You
All this
rely on
angsty
me.
mecha.
I'll get rid of it while you're doing your homework at home.
Okay. I will head towards Almon after helping the Space Force.
Okay, I'll go home and do my homework.
If
You
I
go
fail,
blow up the big
Please
spaceship.
carry out my task for me.
Hey,
I don't want Ada to fight. I want to finish it.
why?
For Ada's sake.
I'm not his dad. Why do you
You're a
care,
funny
man?
guy.
Oh,
Less smug face. Am I getting a weapon upgrade? It's probably the Ripple. It just doesn't look right, but okay, whatever.
We obtained the device driver of the sub-weapon Gauntlet.
Oh, okay.
It stuns enemies to a distance by physical impact.
What is with all of the stun abilities?
if you
Do
can
I really
hit an
need
enemy
that?
into the wall using the gauntlet, they will suffer double damage.
I see.
They will suffer
Dingo.
double damage.
You saw Anubis?
Yes, he was very laggy.
Please be careful with Anubis. Even though you are
Please.
Jehuti,
Don't worry.
Careful
I'll bring your
with
Jehuti back to you later in one
Anubis.
piece.
Anyway, you were a good fighter. I trust your skills.
Exposition. Why do these frames have such big pelvises? I don't like it. famous for like aerial maneuvering, but it just doesn't look right. Kind of looks like combine ships.
What's that?
It's the Bahram fleet. They defend from outside invasions.
Is Leo alright?
He hasn't been captured yet.
There's too much trouble in the sky.
For your own good, you better act with reserve like you're a stranger.
Anyhow, news will soon leak out.
But it is much better if no one finds out as late as possible. All right, I'll explain what you do next. You can enter Basilia through the south gate, but first you need to unlock it. You have to destroy 2 facilities on both sides of the gate before you can go into
What am I, an insurgent now?
So, I'll need to destroy 2 facilities to unlock the gate, is that right?
Bruh, just repeating what she
Security in
said.
the territory has been much stricter since the Space Force attacked, so be careful.
I will.
Gotta watch out for the Space Force.
I'm leaving Deimos for Mars now. I'll let you know when I get there. The crews on Deimos are starting to suspect me.
Really? Serves you right.
Hey, why can't you be more cooperative?
I think I am.
I shouldn't trust rumors.
What?
Nothing. See you later.
Can I get a mod of this game where they remove Smug Face and Marinara Face?
With the start button.
Okay, I think this is like the first open world exploration segment.
Metatron is confirmed close
Oh my
by.
god, I am so low
Go and
HP.
collect it first.
Where exactly... I'd probably check the map, but... Is this it? Mission file? EX mission file. Gotta install this one. Okay, so there are spare missions. Not exactly sure how I would really do anything, though.
Obtain.
Mission.
Metatron.
Did I just spawn an enemy there or something? Head to the gate to the valley. Why is it giving me a time in like hours?
Enemy approaching. Transforming high mobility frame. Narita.
Narita. This is like kind of a weaker suborbital frame, I think.
Narita destroyed.
GG easy. Probably just use multi-attacks. What does Gauntlet do again? Oh, that's interesting. It shield breaks. Also does some knockback damage, which is pretty neat.
Enemy destroyed.
Just gonna spam this and see what happens. Yeah, there we go. This is pretty legit. I like this sub-weapon.
Gone. Enemy reinforcements confirmed. I suggest using Gauntlet.
I'm doing it.
Narita destroyed. Enemy destroyed.
Imagine getting bullied around by an AI who just isn't paying attention. Make sure you press the R button to fly.
Reaction gone. Enemy destroyed.
Be sure to exist.
Enemy reinforcements are
Don't forget to eat breakfast.
Estimated combat time is 90 seconds.
What? Why am I giving an estimate on combat time? That's kind of confusing. Switch out the grab here and see if I can grab this guy. Yeah, here we go. Do some combo damage. Kinda really like the grab. Oh, that's how you dodge. I thought it was just a straight up stun lock, so that's good to know. Nice. Going for the slash.
ETR reaction gone.
So maybe, like, just mission was what I picked up? But I assume when I see EX mission, that means that I'm supposed to do something else. I think it's just telling me the overall time that I've elapsed. Interesting use of cutscene there to switch between areas.
First, you need to destroy 2 facilities. Confirm the location of the facilities with the map. You can open the map with the start button.
Getting some strong Metroid vibes here again. Okay. Seems easy enough. I just gotta go to 2 different areas. What is that? Just a bunch of particle effects, or like, what am I seeing here?
Enemy destroyed. Raptor destroyed. Enemy
Gotta do
destroyed.
some multi-targets here. Just clump them up. Is that it? Huh. And what do I do? Just descend here? Good old eyeball warriors. Really don't like their homing attack. It just does way too much damage. Grab some panels here. It'd be cool if you could shield with this as well. Oh, you can. Okay. That's pretty neat. I wonder if that actually, like, conserves my sub energy as well. Yeah, it looks like I'm not losing any shield for this. That's pretty neat.
Raptor destroyed.
Let me grab this one real quick.
Use of the topography.
Make full use of the topography. Guess we're past Calculus 3 now.
Enemy destroyed.
So it looks like you can dodge there. They just do like a predictive shot. The mummy heads. Kinda looks like I have invincibility frames there as well when I'm tossing, which is kinda nice.
Damage level exceeding 75%.
Whoa.
Head destroyed. Raptor destroyed.
Oh my god. The damage is too strong. Alright, let's try again. As long as I don't have to fight the boss. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, there's an example of the skating.
First, you need to destroy.
I don't know how I did it though. Do you just have to be on solid land? Yeah, I guess you just have to be on flat land and you can skate like that. I don't really know if it produces a speed buff, but interesting. See, this is kind of what I expected the game to be like before I ever played it. Of course, I've seen like trailers and gameplay footage, so I know it's kind of aerial, but I don't know.
Enemy destroyed.
I expected there to be a little bit more ground-based combat, at least. Give me the keys. I need the keys to the city. It looks like you can single-target these guys. I know I was wondering that a while back. I think I'm gonna double back here and open both pathways here. Wonder if that'll give me 2 objectives as well. What are these sappy boys? Yeah, I really don't like these mummies. They just do way too much laser beam damage. I think,
ETR reaction gone.
enemies that have keys will just automatically pick up the key if they're in the same area. I literally can't move away from this guy. This is weird. Guess that's another example of a new enemy. Let's go this way just because I haven't seen this yet. Looks like it's virtually the same though.
Make full use of the topography.
Yeah, it's literally the same if she's gonna just repeat the same lines.
Damage level exceeding 50%.
That does damage through shields?
Damage level exceeding 75%.
I don't understand here. Why do I okay. Just being forced into taking too much damage. Really don't know what I can do there. Maybe switch to Gauntlet and just spam it. Let's try that method. Try that method of using Gauntlet here. Maybe I'll take way less damage or something.
Enemy destroyed. Raptor destroyed. Enemy destroyed.
Okay. Can I, like, long range this? Yes. Oh, that's awesome. So there is, like, a kind of stealth combat, too, if you want to. That's pretty neat. I guess I'll take advantage of that, then. Let's go ahead and grab a shield, though, just in case. I'm wasting energy here. think I can just perfect guard with this, which would be nice. Get smashed.
Raptor destroyed.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Reaction gone.
Like Ada was saying, you can use the topography to your advantage if you want. Kind of neat, like your opponents just don't notice you from a certain distance. You can also shoot shots out of the air. That's very interesting. Here, let me grab another shield just in case these mummy heads like sack me up. I think they can't charge up their beam from this distance, which is neat. Or maybe they can? I really want to avoid that. Oh, okay, the beam has like a maximum range. That's really good to know. Let me just try and like DPS these guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dodge out of the way. Well, it's good to know this is like a little more well-programmed than I initially thought. Like, you can kind of pick your playstyle and work with it.
Raptor destroyed.
Is this gonna do damage? Yeah, nice. I think some objects are like guaranteed to always do damage, and then some other ones like can always be true guarded against or something like that.
Keep moving while attacking.
Ugh. Stop doing so much damage, damn. Do the ranging DPS, I guess. And then grab whenever it goes weak. Yeah, nice. Okay, that was a lot easier than the first 2 times I ran through here. Hopefully I can find some Metatron energy just to regen my health here. But I feel like I can probably run this all now. Unless the map is like massive. Yeah, this is gigantic. Probably gonna want to go this way because I think that's the icon for Metatron. I feel like I'm talking about the Bible whenever I say Metatron so many times. You can't say that on Twitch. So there, if I'm right, there should be like more mummy heads over here or something. Doesn't look like this area loops around though, sadly enough. So I'm probably gonna have a decent challenge going over here. Just gauntlet these guys. Okay, so this is Metatron.
Obtained Metatron.
What is this? Another mission file? Let me guess, I can blow this up? Let me try it real quick. Give me all of your power. Everyone on planet Mars. What does this say? Destroy the installations locking the gate. There are. Excuse me? Huh? There are? Can I like scroll through this or? It's like bugging out. There are something. 2 of them. Don't know what that's supposed to mean, but what's this neat little area over here? Looks like the entrance to the further recesses of the base or something. Alright, I guess I'll just continue onward from here and double back. I figured I could like blow that up, but I guess not. I keep thinking I'm on grab mode for some dumb reason.
ETR reaction gone.
I'm guessing ETR reaction just means enemy AI dispatched or something.
Enemy destroyed.
This sub-weapon is OP though, I love it.
Raptor destroyed.
Yeah, this is playing a lot nicer than initially.
Gone.
I think the opening segments are maybe just a little jankily programmed, probably. Maybe it was like a, I don't know, a fragment of the development era whenever this game was first being worked on. I should be able to do way more damage than this at this point, in my opinion. Like, I should be hitting through those shields, I think. Okay, there's more Metatron, which is nice.
Obtained Metatron. Raptor destroyed.
I still, you know, part of me wishes I was on hard mode, but I still kind of don't regret being on hard or being on normal now. Because some of these fights just seem like impossible until you've figured out some of the mechanics a little better.
ETR reaction gone.
Definitely minus the aerial combat though, I'm still getting some very strong Dark Souls vibes from this game. This feels like a proto game, or like a prototype game to it.
ETR reaction gone.
Take out the mummy head so it can't laser me right away. Yeah, like I was saying, I think this series is pretty close to what Toho should be. Instead of being a 2D shooter, I always felt like the game series should have been 3D. Like I said, I haven't really played those games, but it's part of the reason I never really got into them. They just seem kind of basic. Switch to grab here. Okay, don't gang up on me.
Dash and attack at the same time.
See if I can hit 2 at once here. Yeah, nice. Go for the grab as well. Nice, nice. With the combos. There we go. It looks like you can kind of do like some lock-on tech here. Like how in Dark Souls 1 you could kind of attack and then switch lock-ons so you would do multi-damage. Like if there are 2 enemies nearby, but you normally wouldn't hit both, you could do lock-on tech, so you would switch between both and hit both simultaneously. Let me see if I can demonstrate it real quick. Never mind, I'm about to die, so I should probably not. This gauntlet. Yeah, it's like the only way to quickly dispatch enemies sometimes, it seems like. Switch back to grab here. Don't get completely mummy-headed. I need to stay as far away from those goons as I can. Let's grab this. Never mind. I was gonna say I'm gonna grab that guy, but it just wasn't gonna work out from that angle. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and save since it's been a minute. And I figured it auto-saves, but guess not. Alright, and I think that's going to be it for me today. This game's very interesting, that's for sure. It takes a little bit to get used to the controls. But I think this segment's probably going to be a little too big. And, I don't know, this game is kind of taking it out of me. It's fun, but it's kind of hard to do, like, each mission objective all at once. And this seems like it's going to be a gigantic mission. I'm definitely enjoying this, though. It just looks very Metal Gear inspired. Kind of almost seems like a sequel to Metal Gear. If that could be even said. I mean, that series is so off the wall. How would you even make like a side story out of it? Besides the obvious like stupid zombies game that nobody wanted that Konami made. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for me today for Zone of the Enders. Thank you for checking it out. Those of you on the VOD channel, Time Vortex Warp Matrix, thanks for watching. And those of you watching on stream, thank you for watching as well. Feel free to subscribe, give a follow, etc. And I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.